Houston, we have a problem. Silver is selling in record numbers at the shop this morning. You heard me say that right. Record numbers. What's going on, folks? We're going to try to dive into it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I just got back home from the shop, folks. This is getting a little crazy. So please like, share, and subscribe. Give me that thumbs up. That really helps get the information out. We're going to let you know what's going on. We're going to keep you updated on this channel every step of the way. We got the Pinbacks giveaway coming up. We'll be talking about that. You got to be subscribed for that. So thank you, Pinbacks, for the giveaway. Let's just get into the video, folks, right now. Look, I reported yesterday. A lot of these companies, online bowling dealers, are out of the Canadian Royal Mint Bars. Yes, some companies have them. All right, we're talking about the Canadian Royal Mint Bars. Okay? That is what we're talking about right now. 10-ounce Canadian Royal Mint Bars. We sold, already this morning, 100 of them. Not to one person, to several people. They were buying 2, 3 at a time, folks. Some people are even buying more than that. They're flying off the shelves with us, too. People said they can't find them anywhere. Channel sponsor Pinbacks is out, folks. Don't know when they're going to get any more in. We have inventory right now. Other online bowling dealers do have some inventory. Keep your eyes on your prices, folks. Check your local coin shops for these right now, because they're flying off the shelves. If you want a deal on silver right now, I'm going to give you guys the best deal of the week. I think it's going to be the best deal of the week. I've already talked about it. The Bratannia silver bars. You can get them at Pinbacks right now. I reported yesterday from JM Bowling's prices. It was $61.15 cheaper. I don't know if that's the exact price right now on the discount, but that is... Check them both out, folks. You're going to see a big savings between the two companies. They don't have many left in stock either of these. I had a chance to call the bowling dealer myself, the one that we use at the shop. He says, Chris, I am out of Philharmonics. I had 14 monster boxes last weekend. And he says, I even had a little bit more of that last weekend. He says, my coin shops are eating them up. They're stocking up. The coin shops can afford to stock up, folks. The ones that can afford to stack up on inventory. He says there's some coin shops that can't really do it right now. They got too much coming over to the counter. We still have people selling, folks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You guys know I don't sugarcoat on this channel whatsoever. If you can afford to get something now, get it now before it's gone. Not financial advice. We don't know where prices are going. You know, is this panic mode? No, this is not panic mode yet. Alright? People keep saying in the comments, there's plenty of silver out there. There's plenty of silver out there. Well, you can say that all you want. Yeah, you can go to most of these online bowling dealers. You can walk into your coin shops. And for the most part, you can get what you want. For the most part, right now. Folks, it's behind the scenes that's coming down behind the scenes. That is what I'm trying to get across to everybody. There is a shortage out there. The inventory is not keeping up with demand. As more and more people start stacking, the inventory is just going to go that much quicker. That's the bottom line. You know, it's like when we are in hurricane season here in the South. They warn about a hurricane coming. Everybody runs to the store. Right out the milk, the bread, everything's gone in the stores just about. The water's gone, the plywood's gone, the generators are gone. Most people don't prepare. I'm trying to get people prepared. Us stackers know, for the most part, know cost averaging works. Meaning buy a little bit now, buy a little bit later. I've repeated this over, and I'm going to keep repeating that. Because there's new stackers come into this channel every single day. There's too much drama out there saying silver's going to go to $1,500, $800, $900, whatever. Goes and go to $15,000, $5,000, whatever they want to put for a clickbait title up there. Could these numbers happen eventually? Yeah, it could. But it's really unreasonable to expect that right now. Some people come into this market, start stacking, thinking they're going to get rich, get teed off in 6 months because it's not moved as fast as they thought it was going to move, and sell off. That's the worst case scenario anybody can do, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Everybody's worried about this. How much dollars can I make? How much dollars can I make? The dollar's going away, folks. Eventually. The BRICS nations are growing. The dollar will eventually go away. It's happening right before our eyes, and we just don't see it. You know, I reported about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever the case it was. You know, we are members of Sam's Club. Eventually, there's not going to be any more registers in the stores. They're going all digital. They're going to the scan and go. Don't believe me? Look it up, folks. Look up the information yourselves. I'm trying to get the picture across that, yes, silver is in short supply. Most people just don't see that. Now, if you see a full shelf of bread and it gets down to three quarters of a shelf, people will still say there's plenty of bread left. You get down to half a shelf left, half the inventory is gone. Oh, there's still plenty. There's no time to panic. Well, by the time you get to the store, you might be lucky there's one loaf of bread left. Then someone will say, even if it's an empty shelf, somebody will say, oh, there's plenty of bread there. I guarantee you someone would say that. Look, supply chain's breaking down, folks. It's all over the news. Not just in silver, not just in gold. Or everyday food items, or medicines. Get prepared, folks. You know, I understand there's a lot of people that come on this channel don't have a ton of money. I get that. I live paycheck to paycheck too. Trust me, I do. You see how I stack. I just been looking at 40% silver lately. I'm really not really, when I see 90% silver, I'm looking at it for the prices and stuff like that. It's just too much for me. I'm just not buying any 90% silver really right now. If I see a buy, I'll buy it up. If I see a buy on a 1 ounce bar, 2 ounce round, 2 ounce coin, whatever, I'm going to pick it up. I love the Christmas rounds. I look at those all the time. But I'm not paying $45, $55 for a Christmas round. Just not going to do it. It comes to a point where when silver's gone, it's going to be gone. And there'll be panic in the streets then. What I'm telling you folks is there's something brewing. I don't know what. I don't know how bad this is going to be. Okay? That's the bottom line I can put out as bluntly as I can of the information I'm getting. Our Bolin dealer says, if we have it, get it now. We don't know about the supply chain later on. He's not trying to upsell us. He's a very honest guy. He's just telling us the facts. And I'm just passing the facts on to you all. If you folks would like to win some silver, Pinbacks, channel sponsor Pinbacks, greatly donated 5 of the 1 ounce Frontier Mint silver bars. There are 5 of them. There'll be one winner for them all. I also donated over 1 ounce of silver in for my collection. If you want to see what that is, I'll put the link to the video in the description. Not in the description, in the comment section in this video. I'll pin the comment for you folks so it'll be easier for you to enter the giveaway. You must be subscribed to the channel. You must live in the United States. There's a couple other rules you got to follow in the giveaway. I make it very easy on this channel to win. We're going to do it Friday May 23rd, the first video I release on May 23rd on the Friday. I understand I said Saturday in the video, so ignore that portion of the video. It'll be done Friday, May 23rd. So we're crystal clear on the date on the giveaway. Again, check your subscriptions. Make sure you are subscribed if you entered the giveaway. Why not subscribe now? If you're not yet subscribed, enter the giveaway. You got a better chance of winning the giveaway, folks, than the lottery. That's the true statement right there. Times are getting tough out there. I understand it. I see the people that come in the shop, they're buying a little bit less. Some people still can afford a little bit more. Cost average, folks. Don't try to keep up with me. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. I've said this before on this channel. I don't care if people laugh at me and say, there's plenty of silver. If you actually believe that, then I'm sorry, but you're wrong. You're just not seeing what's going on behind the scenes. That is what I'm trying to. I don't come on here try to pump silver or anything like that. I'm giving you the cold hard facts what's going on out there. People forgot March of 2023. We had no warning on that. We virtually had no warning. The bank started to fill, folks. Everybody ran to silver and gold. And guess what happened? It was weeks before the supply really came back on. Look, there is no new silver mining companies or mines being built. It takes 15 to 20 years before you get the license, the permit, everything else to come online, folks. And it takes years. There's nothing new coming online. People say, well, they can open the old mines and get... Well, that's still going to take time, too. That's still... You need the permit, your license, yada, yada, yada. You need all those permits and everything else like that. That takes time, too. That don't come overnight. That could take 2 or 3 plus years as well to line all that up. Silver supply is in short supply. With all the batteries, for the cars, the electrical vehicles, the solar panels... Silver is in our daily lives. Even if you don't own a lot, you own a ton of it, you own a good portion amount of it, it's in your house now. Even if you have only a couple ounces, it's in your electric panels, folks. It's in your electronics. It's in every part of our lives. We just don't realize it, how important silver is. Yes, people say, well, silver's being suppressed. Silver's being suppressed. Those days are going to come to an end, folks. They're not going to be able to hold it down much longer, in my opinion. Hey, I don't care if you buy it, you don't buy it. All I'm going to say, if you don't have some of it, the dollar collapses, and you're going to be tied into the digital currency and follow those rules 100%. Think about... I've said this before on this channel, but it's been a while since I've said it, so I'm going to say it again. Think about all these store cards. All these, like, CVS cards, your Walgreens cards, your grocery store cards. Oh, you get points back. They're actually tracking you of what you buy, folks. It's just a tracking system of what you're buying. Because if you use them long enough, you get coupons based on your recent purchases. I'll give a perfect example. Winn-Dixie, excuse me. They have a point system card. You get points back, you get coupons back, and every now and then you get a coupon for something you bought prior. Oh, you get 75 cents off a bag of beans, or you get 50 cents off a package of cheese. Whatever the case may be. This happens at CVS. This happens at Walgreens. I'm sure it happens at Kroger's. Any of these supermarkets have these so-called discount cards. This is just a tracking device. That's all it is. They got your name. They got your address. And they're just basing on what your purchases are. And maybe you even get coupons in the mail. Maybe you don't. This Walgreens used to do that when I was shopping at Walgreens, getting coupons in the mail based on what you bought. CVS used to do that too. I don't shop at these drugstores too much. I tend to buy a lot of my stuff on the discount stores or online or to Walmart, stuff like that. Anything we buy on, you're being tracked. You're being tracked. But you know what? You have a new car. You go to your coin shop. You're being tracked there too, folks. But your cell phones are being tracked. Don't matter if you leave your cell phone home and your car's got the black box. But you're being tracked. That's the bottom line. I'm not worried about being that way tracked so much. I just don't want to be involved in this digital currency, but it's coming, folks. The digital currency is coming. And the only way out of it, or some way out of it, is peer-to-peer trading with silver and gold. Why not? If you got the cash to do it, stack a little bit more. I tell people like this all the time at the shop, folks. I deal with people who come in and just buy 2 or 3 silver cores at a time. That's all they can afford to buy each week. Or they come in next week and they get a little bit more. And they get up to 4 cores. They worked a couple extra hours. They're able to do it. Stack within your means. Don't try to keep up with anybody else. You're trying to keep up with everybody else in this. I understand the money situation is not healthy out there. I understand things cost more and more and more. We talked about the Pepsi Indicator on this channel before. Explain to me why in 2007 you can take $2.50. Well, we can take 4 quarters even too, for this example, since I got quarters out there. 4 quarters, 4 silver quarters back in 2007. You get 4 12-packs of Pepsi. Today, those same 4 quarters can get you the same amount of Pepsi. And you still get change back. But where you need, back in 2007, it was 10 of these. Today, when it was on sale, today, you need 10 more, you need 19 more of these that you're seeing here. This has kept up, folks. Silver has kept up, for the most part. I hope people understand what I'm trying to say. And I know I'm going to get some comments on there, there's plenty of silver out there. Well, like I said, if you actually believe that, that's your choosing. I understand that people see it's all over the line. All my coin shops got plenty. Yes, right now, our shop is well stocked for the most part. We get a few hitting outs here and there. Okay, we are out of 1964 Kenley halves. We're out of walking halves. We got dimes right now, but those are probably going to be gone by the end of the week. Maybe not quite by the end of the week. Maybe another week or 2. We got quarters. We got RCM bars. We have some Bratannia bars. We got inventory set aside for scenarios like this. We're stocked right now. That stock can be gone very, very fast. I said just this past weekend, folks, I was actually surprised to see how fast those walking half dollars sold out. We had $750 worth of halves. They all sold out in one day. That is not a normal situation for our shop at all. It seemed like everybody wanted them. Boom, gone. We just can't. It's not like you can go back from last year's sales. Okay, this day we sold this day we sold this. For the most part, yes, you can have a good average of what you're going to sell. But then you get these off days. Is like, where the heck did that come from? Where did all these people all at the same day wanted the same type of product? You just can't make heads or tails out of it. That is what I'm trying to warn about. If there's something you want, get it now. Because if not, it might be gone tomorrow. It might be gone the next day. If you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me in my email. I'm always willing to help anybody with questions about silver and gold. I want to thank Pinbacks for sponsoring this channel. Thank you to you all, the viewer, because it's not possible without you as well. Help me get to 6,700 subscribers, folks. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you this afternoon.